Hello everyone. Today we are going to go through Sherlock and squares, which is a problem on the implementation section of algorithm on HackerRank. So without wasting time, let us have a look on the problem statement. So in this problem, to summarize, what we are supposed to do is that we have two integers a and b, and we are supposed to find out the number of square elements that exist in between those two elements. For instance, let us take this one. We are moving from 24 to 49. And in between 24 and 49, we have 25, 36, and 49. So we have three elements here that are square integer, and we should return 3. So basically, we are supposed to count the number of elements, the number of square elements that exist in between the range given. So to solve this, we are going to go through two approaches. The first one will be big of square root of n, and the second one will be big of 1. So now what will be the idea of solving this? So with the first one, what we are going to do is that, okay, we are going to go with this idea. We have our starting element, which is a, maybe 24 for instance here. The first thing we are going to do is that we are going to find the root value of this. So the root value of 24 is actually 4 point something, because 4 point something, I would say, because the root value of 25 is 5. So 24 will be 4 point something. So if we start looping at 5, because we need to start looping from the element which is directly greater than a. So if we start looping at 5, by looping at 5, we are going to find the number of elements that the square, like that the power of 2 is actually less than b. That means we are going to start at 5, checking, is the power of 2 less than b? Yes, moving forward until we reach the element which is actually lower than, which is actually greater than this, and from then we are going to stop and we are going to return our answer. So let us implement what you describe as approach. It will look like this. So the first thing we need to do is to find our starting element. So I'll call it I if you prefer. To take series of square roots of a. Now some explanation. I need to explain something here. I need to have my result here. My result here that will start at 0. Who is square root? Square root is actually the square root of the value. Now, what is series about? Since I'm returning, since here I need to have the integer which is directly greater than the square root value. So if I have 4 point something, I'm not interested in the 4, I'm just interested in the integer which is directly greater than this value. So if it happened that the result is 4, the integer directly greater or equal to 4 is actually 4. So that is why I'm using this series to have the integer directly greater or equal to the square root value. And from here, I can say, okay, I don't need to initiate I because I did it here. So I'll just say I times I less or equal to b I plus plus. And from then, what I need to do is that I just need to increment my counter or my result if you prefer. So for me, I don't need to say result plus plus. And here I need to return my result. So at this stage, this is exactly the description of what we just performed here as explanation. Let us run and see what it gives. You have everything green. Let us submit. Everything green. Success. Perfect. So now this was the first approach I was mentioning. So this approach is big of square root of n. Now there's another approach that you can use that will give you the same result without even you looping using a for loop. What will be that approach? So the idea is that, okay, let us take this one for instance. So this one is moving for, we are moving for 4 point something till this one is actually 7. The square root of 49 is 7, from 7 actually. So basically it will be from 5 till 7. And you know, from 5 to 7 you count 3 elements like 5, 6, and 7. So the thing is that we can find the integer directly greater than this, and then the integer directly greater or equal to the square root of a, and the integer directly lower or equal to the square root of b. Why lower? Because you want to be in this range greater than this and lower than this, lower or equal. And from this, if you have the two elements like this, if you want to find the number of elements between two elements, you just say the end, which is 7, minus the beginning, which is 5 plus 1. So if you are able to have this, you can have the result into one instruction. So to achieve that, so we don't need the for loop anymore. And then here we can say, okay, we have E, we can say G, that will take now floor of square root of B. And once you have this, you need a comma here. Now you just need to return G, which is the n, minus I plus 1. And then you don't even need this result. Perfect. So we don't need this. Let us run this and see what it gives. We still have everything here. Let us submit. Perfect. So this was my approaches of solving this. I hope you do enjoy it. Feel free to give me your feedback in the comment section. I will be really happy to interact with you regarding this. If you like the video, share, subscribe, give feedback. It will really help. Stay tuned for the next video. Ciao.